You peasants heard the news, right? Top G is back.
KSI tweeted something that annoyed me about 3 years ago, so I took his company from him. You know, I always wanted to have a comeback fight. I always thought I was going to do a big one, and then I got arrested, thrown in jail. In jail, I was training on house arrest for 3 years. I was training. All I did was train for 5 to 6 hours a day, so it'd be a shame to waste it and not project the force on somebody's face. I'm capable of dishing out damage. God has blessed me with the capability to hurt other people. While I was fighting, I was a lot poorer than I am now, and I dreamed of fight camp when I have all the best medicine and all the best recovery, and I haven't got to worry about paying the bills, and I have the best gym and the best equipment and all the time in the world. I've always wondered what it would be like, so I guess let's find out. I don't want to do what some other influencers do and fight someone who's a lot smaller than me, or fight somebody who's a lot older than me. I mean, that would have been the easy move. I could have made a lot of money fighting someone who's 10 years older than me or 30 kilos smaller than me. I think the best thing for me to do is to get in there against an active champion who's bigger than I am, younger than I am, you know, who has all the advantages, and my advantage is simply my experience and my mentality. And I believe that once he experiences the difference between a real fighter who's seasoned against the kind of people he's been fighting, he's going to learn that there's a lot more to this sport than he realized. I don't feel any pressure. My only pressure is that if I were to not fight, if I feel like I can still fight and I would be too afraid to fight, then I'd be disappointed in myself. But I get in there with a pure heart and I do my best and I train my best. And irregardless of the outcome, I don't think about the outcome. I'm here to fight. I don't think about winning and losing. And I think that's actually my superpower. Losing doesn't cross my mind. Winning doesn't cross my mind. I've got a job to do at a certain date and time, and I'm going to do the job to the best of my ability. And whatever God decides to give me as an outcome, God decides to give me as an outcome. I have no problems with losing, truthfully. I don't care. I'd have a lot more problems with sitting at home, staying in my house, being a coward, being afraid, as opposed to getting in the ring. I'm the biggest payday in sports entertainment today. There's no doubt about that. Darren Till's tried to already catch a payday off my name. It's a beautiful world, and there's plenty of targets. There's plenty of people who genuinely deserve to feel damage. So we're going to see what happens after the 20th. We're going to see what date and what person deserves to feel the wrath of Andrew Tate. And if I have to hurt somebody, I'll hurt somebody because I'm a professional. That's what I'm paid to do. I've had to quit smoking, but that was easy. People say quitting smoking is hard, but they've obviously never been to Romanian jail. They don't know what hard is. I think after I put on a fantastic performance, there's going to be so many opportunities that come my way for other people to fight. I'm prepared to fight all the time. Once I'm in shape, I don't see the point in getting out of shape. I'm prepared to fight 10 times a year. Once I'm in shape, I'll stay in shape. I really don't get hit very often because my style is unorthodox, it's unusual. So as long as I don't take damage, I'm prepared to keep getting in there and keep getting paid and do the best for Misfits.
What's going on, fight fans? It's Motivation Mindset 100. Today, we're checking out Andrew Tate's new training and sparring footage. He's officially fighting this December on Misfits. Tate has now become the CEO of Misfits, the influencer boxing promotion originally started by KSI. Looks like KSI has been replaced, and there are two big reasons why. Number one, KSI hasn't been active. He hasn't been fighting or promoting the company. He's too focused on other ventures. Number two, whenever he's commentating, he sounds like this. And the top comments are always fans complaining about his ante. So first off, let's talk about Andrew Tate's opponent and compare their records and attributes. Then we'll do a full breakdown on the training footage we just watched and compare the fighters' styles. Tate does also mention fighting Jake Paul, so stay until the end for that. Hit like on the video if you enjoyed my edit, and let's get into it. So Andrew Tate's opponent is Chase Demoor. He's actually younger, taller, and heavier than Andrew Tate, and he's recently been far more active. His record is 8 wins to 6 losses with 1 draw. So even with a mediocre record, he somehow managed to become the heavyweight champ of the organization, which highlights the skill level of the Misfits fighters. Yeah, while this guy might have the physical attributes above Andrew Tate, he doesn't really know how to use them effectively. If he walks in swinging sloppy like this, he's going to get caught. Andrew Tate is nicknamed the Cobra for a reason. He makes you miss and he makes you pay. Tate likes to talk about his opponent's attributes to make it seem like he's the older, retired underdog. But anyone who actually trains can see that they are worlds apart in skill level. Chase has heart and he's got a lot better, but personally I don't think he's going to pose much of a threat for Andrew Tate. Now when we take a look at Tate's sparring footage, he's clearly much heavier these days, sitting around 220 plus pounds. During his prime he competed between 180 and 200 pounds, which means he's packed on at least 30 pounds of muscle since then. The real question is, can he still perform at the same level with all that extra mass? His mobility looks noticeably slower compared to his prime fighting years, but he is sparring in 18-ounce gloves, which is very heavy. In the actual fight, they'll likely be wearing 10 or 12-ounce gloves, which is going to make a huge difference in the speed. The only problem Andrew Tate could run into is that his style relies on being the taller, longer fighter. He leans back and uses his reach and size advantage to counter, but this time his opponent will be 2 inches taller with a 6-inch reach advantage, and that could pose a problem for Tate. But as I said before, I just don't think Chase has the fight IQ to pull it off. He definitely has power. Anyone at heavyweight can do serious damage. If I'm being completely honest though, I think this fight is probably going to be a big mismatch. But I don't blame Tate for taking the fight. At the end of the day, Chase is the Misfits heavyweight champion, so who else is there to fight? And he has been retired for 10 years. One other thing that I think could pose a risk for Andrew Tate is his left bicep. He tore it while he was on house arrest, and he wasn't able to get it operated on because the Romanian government refused. He does say it's healed fine now and he feels strong, but at 38 years old, there's always a chance he could throw a big left hook and tear it again. If Tate ends up having to fight with one arm, then maybe Chase might have a chance.
Hendricks had 86 professional fights, and I've assisted him in training for every single one of them. It's just another day.
Tristan has got a point, it's just another day for Tate, whereas for Chase, this is probably the biggest moment in his life. That's probably going to play into Tate's advantage as well. With 87 fights, Tate is used to the pressure. Right guys, I'm not hating on Andrew Tate. I know he's a 4-time world kickboxing champion, and his sparring, he looks very good in sparring. Some of his pad work, he looks good, but I feel like sometimes when you watch him hit the pads, why does he just look like really slow? It almost seems like, have you ever seen them memes where they just hit the hands? Sometimes I feel like Andrew Tate looks a lot like those memes. And I know he can fight, and pad work doesn't mean too much, especially with 18-ounce gloves. Doesn't really mean nothing, and he's a big guy, so he's going to move slower. But like when you see boxers and they ha-da-da-da, ha-da-da-da, whereas Tate, it's more like, look, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I'm not trying to disrespect him. Obviously, he's got the credentials and he's a great fighter. But sometimes I watch his pad work and I'm just like, I just don't get it. Anyway, we've got this last clip where Tristan and Andrew talk about the potential fight against Jake Paul and Logan Paul.
Logan Paul and Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate.
I'm not afraid of the Paul brothers at all. And, you know, if it came down to Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate versus Jake Paul and Logan Paul, the Tates win every single time, in every single way.
Is that something you would ever be tempted to? Two brothers, it'd be very historic.
It'd be historic. Yeah, we're open to the idea. Why not? It would be very interesting to do. Ronnie, I'm the CEO. Maybe. Yeah, let's do it. After December 20th, that's my #1 focus. When that's done, I'm open to anything.
So guys, it does look like we could potentially be seeing Andrew Tate versus Jake Paul in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like. It took a long time to edit this one. Subscribe for more and let me know your thoughts on the training and sparring footage we just watched. Do you think this is a mismatch? And do you think Andrew Tate will beat Jake Paul? And do you think Jake Paul would even fight him? Because let's be honest, he's not half his size, so it probably won't happen. But Tate is getting older, so you never know. One last thing, Jesus is King. Motivation Mindset 100. I haven't really been active on this channel, but I am back. I'm going to be uploading consistently and I'm going to be aiming for high quality rather than quantity. So I will see you in the next one.